Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here once again. Yes, it's Saturday as usual. Every Saturday we are always here. Um, maybe not always, usually here, and we are here to talk about several things as regards life and well-being. Um, I am Samuel Adedoyin, and my wife and I together we share this platform to reach out to as many people to bless lives and to encourage people to put order where there is disorder, to bring correction to lives. Um, Today is a bit of a challenge because there's so many things that's going on around me, and um, but I'll try as much as possible to deliver what I am here for. So, yeah, if you are here with us, if you are joining us live, please welcome to the platform. And the topic for today is having the right attitude. Having the right attitude. We have been talking about values and character development, and I think that it has been a worthwhile experience. I think it's a topic that is necessary for this time and age. Okay, so I haven't seen anyone yet on the platform, but talk about the angel. Here is Sister June again. Hello, Sister June. I it's a pleasure seeing you here on the platform. I am glad to be seeing you. Hope you're doing very well. Hope you have settled back from your travel. Great. So let's begin the topic because we've got a limited time. All right. Yeah. So we are going to be talking about. I may move the camera a bit, the device a bit, so that I have access to my notes. All right. Okay. So we're going to be talking about having the right attitude. Okay. And in our series, okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Maybe it will be helpful this way. Okay. Yeah. Let's do it this way. In our series about character development, this is one particular value that we must hold in high esteem because it determines how far we go. It determines how people perceive us. It determines the kind of lifestyle we will lead. It determines how much life will mean to us and how much life will bring to our doorstep. Okay, because actually having the right attitude in everything that we do is just what life is all about, because we deal with human beings every now and then. We deal with different kind of situations every now and then. If we have the wrong attitude towards life, then of course you're going to be reaping the rewards as well. Now, having the right attitude is key, not only to how we are perceived by others, but how we can maintain and regulate our peace and joy. All right, what do I mean? So, of course, everybody wants peace in their hearts, everyone wants peace in their minds. Everybody wants to lead a life that is full of joy, full of good things. All right. When we are not stable with our attitudes, when people don't see us as being balanced in the way we behave, or if we react to things negatively or inappropriately, people will, may not pay attention, may not give us that kind of credibility that we are supposed to be given, and then we lose at the end of the day. When we have the right attitude, we have peace of mind. Okay, even when things don't go right at the end of the day, if we have the right attitude, we will have that feeling of, well, we have done what we ought to do, and that is, and even if it turns out this way, well, we will see how it can be better next time. Attitude, you must have heard that statement from some people saying you have a wrong attitude. What you should correct your attitude. Your attitude stinks. Your attitude is not right. You should put yourself through. If you are hearing such kind of things from people, it means that you must check yourself. It means that you must sit back and ask yourself some basic questions. Why am I behaving the way I'm behaving? Why do people say these kind of things about me? Attitudes attitudes actually forms from our thoughts, our perception, forms from the way we see, view, or perceive things, and they are actually as a result of those thoughts that we have. All right. Dr. Robert Schuller said, "You are what you think about all day long." You are what you think about all day long. Our thoughts determines our actions. Our thoughts determines how far and what we do as well. Our thoughts, they actually are the indicators of what how we will behave next. All right. And thoughts can also be written on people's faces. How do I mean? That's simple enough. If you are thinking about something and that thing is weighing you down, it can be shown on your face. If you are thinking about something and that thing is not appealing to you, it can be shown on your face. If you're thinking about something that thing makes you happy, it can be shown on your face. Your emotions actually can be seen by people all around you. All right. And that is why we have to be careful with our thoughts. Some people are so wise in the way, in the sense that they are able to manage their emotions, and people cannot read their emotions. All right. But so many people have not mastered that ability. Okay. And that is why it is important that every one of us learns how to have the right attitude towards things. So we are talking about having the right attitude. The question we must ask ourselves first is, what is attitude? What is attitude? I went into the dictionary, and I found from the dictionary that an attitude is a settled way of thinking or feeling about something. Your attitude is your settled way of thinking or feeling about something. In psychology, an attitude refers to a set of emotions, beliefs, and behaviors towards a particular object, person, thing, or event. It is natural to have an opinion about, something. It is natural to develop a belief, about anything. Okay, but what is your overall emotions? What is your belief and behavior to life as a whole? So many people have a perspective at which they view life that majorly usually controls your general behavior towards other things. All right. So we should watch it. We should watch it. In our workplaces, on the streets, at home, at school, in the marketplace, on the bus, about the economy, people react to different things at different times, in different ways, in different situations. They react to issues about the news. They react to issues about other people. They react to issues about the politics, issues about even their own lives. You know, some people are not satisfied about how things are going on in their lives. Some people may not even like how they look, how they feel, how they how they are dressed, okay, and all those kind of things. They form over time. They form their attitude towards people, towards life, towards situations. And good morning, Sister Chinwe Ananaba. It's a pleasure to see you here. The Lord will strengthen you, encourage you. The peace of God rest in your hearts. The joy of the Lord will restore you and give you all the confidence that you need to move on with life. God bless you, my dear sister. Hello, also Johnson Kiberu. It's also a pleasure to see you here on the platform. Please, if you are watching this, we kindly ask you to share with your friends. I think I forgot to what's it called? Tag other people, so they may not have got the notification. So please do us the favor of tagging your friends or sending them, an invite, or share it on your platform, on your page, for them to see that the live broadcast is on. You just have a limited time. I think just more 15 minutes, and we'll be done for today. Great. So we are talking about having the right attitude. Having the right attitude. What kind of attitude do you have towards life? What kind of attitude do you have towards people? What kind of attitude do you have towards your workplace? Towards life in general? Okay? These attitudes can be positive, they can be negative, they can be rational or irrational, active or indifferent. When you go on the streets, when you see people dragging about issues, for example, if you are someone who uses the public transport, you may have encountered where the passengers speak harshly to the driver, over his bad behavior, his careless driving, and the driver can even stop, or park and yell back at the passengers, and there will be a brawl. Okay, so and that's all about attitude, really. Okay, that's all about attitude. If you go to a service center, I'm speaking more about Africa now, even though it also happens in the West as well. If you go to a service center to fix your broken device, you have a situation where there are so many people standing, waiting for the workers to attend to them, and some of them will behave as if they have all the time in the world. Okay, they don't even regard that these are people that are there to give the company more money. All right, and so they treat them as if they are just anybody. They treat them anyhow. Okay, that's about having the wrong attitude as well. Oh wow. So meanwhile, in this same kind of service center, that is the same place where they get their daily bread. Don't you think that kind of a place will eventually, don't you think that that kind of attitude will eventually backfire on them? Okay, so uh, even at times when you have problems with your network and you give a call to the customer care, or uh, sometimes the person at the other end can receive the call and talk to you in a manner at which you wouldn't even like at all. All right, some of them maybe good enough to be you know careful in dealing with you, but at other times you may find some other experiences where you will wonder why should they put this kind of a person at the call center. All right, and those are examples of what we are talking about. Okay, so and it is really really appalling to experience all kind of things. But this is what Albert Einstein has to say about this. He says weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. What does that mean? Or what does that connote? Well, when we don't, when we are, our attitude towards people, towards life, towards different kind of situations, all right, is weak. I mean, is indifferent, is negative, is irrational. Say the different kinds of word that can qualify, a negative scenario or a negative attitude. It shows the weakness in the person's character. It deteriorates the value that the person can have. Okay, and that is something that is a big problem. Now that you as a person, that I as an individual have a problem, a personal problem, does not mean that the world is coming to an end. That we are going through a problem should not mean that we should transfer aggression to other people. That we are in need doesn't mean that you should treat others carelessly. Having the right attitude is just everything. It's just everything. Because when we have the right attitude, then even though there are some challenges that you may be having, you can easily overcome them. You can easily overcome them. When you have the right attitude towards different matters or different approach, you can think creatively. You can even think up good solutions at those times, because at that point in time your mind is working properly. Okay, and solutions will filter in naturally when you have the right attitude. Okay, when you have the wrong attitude, it will affect your overall emotions. All right, and it will get you distraught, get you angry, get you annoyed, and then you are broken down. Your mental faculties will not be able to work effectively to produce solutions to the challenges that you are facing. Okay, and that's something to think about. Winston Churchill, World War II British Prime Minister, has this to say. He said, attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Rapol Ishipoforiade is not here today, but I hope he will join us soon. I was speaking to him during the week, and he was sharing with me about an incident. It's a particular guy that he had been giving him warnings that his wrong attitude will lead him into trouble one day. I am told of the scenario because it happened that day, that this particular guy had an issue with someone else. Okay, and you know, he he comes from a different ethnic group, all right, and he lives in a different, what's it called, ethnic society as well. So now, him having that experience, okay, he should in the on a normal on a normal sense, he should behave himself because he's in a wrong, it's in a different environment, all right. So he should be more careful. But meanwhile, because he has an establishment, because he makes money, he feels or he thinks that he can control people, or he can see whatever he wants, he can express himself in whatever way he seems best. So so it happened that he somebody offended him or so, or somebody did something bad to him, and I think it has to do with his vehicle or something. Then he took it up and he began to make a very big scene out of it. He called the police, all right, but he did not know that the person who was dealing with had a had what's it called, had big connections. So he called the police to come and arrest this guy. And this other guy called a superior police officer to come and take care of this situation. Now, he could not still control himself, and he was speaking roughly, even at the superior police officer. It appeared that because he was speaking against the police officer and he was talking to him roughly, the guy just put him behind the cell. So Rapport got the information, through his through his uh, what's it called, employees, and it was a very very serious situation. If according to him, he let me know that that kind of a thing, he should be in the he should be he should be, if we were to look at it, they should have justified him, all right, okay. But because of his wrong attitude, he became the person that became an offender and was put in the cell. All right. So what does that tell us? It means when we have the wrong attitude towards people, towards things, towards situation, it will put us into different mess. All right. Now, attitude, according to Winston Churchill, is a little thing that makes a big difference. Supposing he had taken that situation calmly, he had used his head to see how he can control matters, probably, they would have wasted time, wasted resources, wasted human personnel, and every other kind of thing that you can think of. Probably in about 30 minutes, every the coast would have been clear. Everybody would have gone back to their different ways. But because he wanted to prove himself, because he wanted to show off, because he wanted to show that he is capable, that he has connections, probably so many other kind of erratic behavior, can lead us into deeper trouble. So many people have wrong attitude towards different kinds of things. I have several situations or several experiences, even at workplace, because the work environment is not a place. For example, there are different kinds of jobs that you can do actually. So there are some jobs that requires you to be laid back, all right, and people take it for granted. People do it anyhow. People just, you, in fact, when you are with them, you'll be wondering, are they at work, or are they having a break? You can't even tell whether they are at work or whether they are having a break because of the attitude they have towards work. You understand what I'm saying? So if they're supposed to be working, they are walking around, enjoying themselves, moving around, talking to people, gisting, receiving calls, making phone calls, speaking loud. At the end of the day, they will expect to be paid at the end of the month. They think you just sign in and sign out, or clock in or clock out, and that's it. That's the end of that, and they will get paid. But they don't know that they are being watched actually. Such people will get the boot out of such kind of establishments, and they will be crying to God and praying and be shouting and be, going to church and making a mess, all because they have the wrong attitude towards work. If we have the right attitude towards work, definitely everywhere we go, whatever things that we are doing, we will be reckoned with. Now, quickly, I have a few things to share before we end. Thomas Jefferson says, nothing can stop the man with the right attitude from achieving his goal. Nothing on earth can help the man with the wrong mental attitude. If we have the right attitude, then the sky is our limit. Okay? If we have the wrong mental attitude, it will be very, very difficult for people to help us, for us to get, support here and there. But because people are watching us, they know the kind of people we are, all right? When we come to them for assistance, they will naturally treat us based on how we carry ourselves, based on the kind of attitude that we show. Okay, there is this young professional golfer called Yanni Tseng. She's a Taiwanese professional golfer. She's the youngest player ever to win 5 major championships and was ranked number 1 in the women's world golf ranking from 109 consecutive weeks from 2011 to 2013. Now, when they asked her about her sport, this is what she has to say. She said, I will keep smiling, I will be positive, and never give up. I will give 100% each time I play. These are always my goals and my attitude. What is your goal? What is your attitude? Do you give 100% to your work? Do you give 100% to the people around you? When you are viewing life, how do you view life? Do you view life based on do you see life as being fair to you or not? I'm going to let you know that life may not always be fair, but you can choose how you want to react to life and life situations. Okay, quickly, what can having a right attitude give us? Number 1, having a right attitude will give us peace of mind. Number 2, having a right attitude will give us credibility in front of people. Number 3, having the right attitude will make us logical, analytical thinkers. Because of course we can think through situations and we can react. We can choose how we are supposed to react. Even when there is turbulence, when there is challenges, we can choose how we would react. Having the right attitude to life, to issues, to situations can earn us positions that we don't even qualify for. So we can have people who are degree holders, all right, who are qualified for a particular job, but because they have a wrong attitude, the management may decide not to give them that position and give somebody who has a lower position, lower qualification, that position, all because he has a right attitude towards work, right attitude towards people. Okay? In leadership as well, having the right attitude will earn us leadership positions because people will see us as good managers. Hello, John Sembiro. Greetings also. Greetings from Uganda. Oh yes. How are you? Hope you are enjoying yourself. Where do you live? Do you live in Kampala? Do you live in Entebbe? Where do you live in? Share with us. Okay. So having the right attitude gives us credibility before people, gives us gives us peace of mind, and earns us leadership positions. Having the right attitude in life will help us to think through situations carefully and will help us to achieve the very best that we want to achieve in life. So we're going to stop here today. If we have an opportunity, I would have loved to share the different kinds of personalities that different people have and how their attitudes, how their personality affects their attitude naturally. Okay? Probably in the next live podcast that we have, if I have the chance, I'll be sharing this with you. Okay? But for now, I hope that we will keep up with a good attitude wherever we find ourselves. And if we see someone with a wrong attitude, we can let them know that it is better for them to think differently and act differently. That having a right attitude will actually help them to go a long way. It's a blessing. It's a blessing and it's joy. It's a joy that I'm seeing most of us here on the platform, and I wish you all the best. Bye for now.